It is 7:30 according to our clock. So I would like to call to order the Fridley District School Board Business Meeting of Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. Thank you all for coming. I invite you, if you wish, to stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, board members, we have an agenda in front of us for the evening. Are there any changes or discussions on the agenda? Hearing none, a motion to approve the agenda would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda for May 16th, 2023. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. That passes unanimously. And I'm delighted to turn it over to Superintendent Dr. Kim Heil for the Employee of the Month recognition.
Thank you, Chair Meisner and board members. It's with pleasure that I introduce May's Employee of the Month. That will be Jason Gelbach. He is our district custodian, driver, and grounds worker. Jason has been exemplary in his job as a custodian supporting the ALC. His attention to detail and kind approach makes staff and students feel appreciated. Jason has excelled at every task he has performed and risen far above expectations. The staff at the ALC feels lucky to be able to work with Jason every day and appreciate all he does to support our schools. And that's written by Principal Kelly McConville, and we thank Jason for all of his work.
Congratulations, Jason, and thank you for all of your service. The next item on the agenda is a report from Kelly McConville and looks like Stephen Keeler on the FCC, ALC, and Pre-K. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello. Board Chair Meisner, board members, Dr. Heil. We're a pleasure to introduce ourselves here tonight and talk a little bit about the ALC, FCC, and then preschool. So we're excited. Unfortunately, the kids.
No kids.
No, you know, I mean,
every other
It's
school
late.
brings kids.
It's
Hey,
late.
3 and 4-year-olds.
It's
Chair
late.
Meisner. 3 and 4-year-olds. All right. We'll let Kelly get
I mean,
started.
I could call and get mine here if
Yeah.
you really want one.
Is it going to climb the fence or?
He probably would.
All right, thank you. So just getting started, just talking a little bit about, so I oversee the ALC, but also targeted services. So we're going to give a little update on targeted services as well. So one of the things with targeted services, so after school, we've served over 300 students this year. So it goes pretty much all year. That also includes our credit recovery at the high school. So really proud of that. We had 71 students earning credit after school this year. We ran 49 sessions throughout the school year with 5 teachers. All right, one of the things we'd like to publicly thank Cindy McKay and Nutritional Services and also the custodial staff for just the hard work to get everything set up. So they have to run routes, food, and just all the things that it takes to run targeted services. And one of the things here, just in this picture, we have a donation of a Charlie cart, and so it's basically a mobile kitchen. And so we have that's Erica, one of our public health nurses that comes in twice a week, and she was showing cooking to our students. All right, so some of the updates for the ALC this year is that we implemented a flex time. It might be called a win time in other schools, but basically it's 45 minutes where students get their needs met, and this is an opportunity for us to bring in outside organizations and groups to meet with our students. So like that public health nurse, that cooking class, that all happened during this flex time. One of the things that's really cool, and hopefully some of you will make it to our graduation next week, is we'll have between 22 to 25, maybe more. Right now everybody's just grinding, trying to get everything done. Graduates cross the stage. And then most of our students in our model is really predicated on students participating in work experience. So most of our students do have jobs, and that is a way of earning extra elective credits towards graduation. And one of the things I just wanted to say, and I put pictures of our graduates, these are recent graduates up, is just to talk a little bit about student stories. And so one of the things that I found working at the ALC for the last 2 years is that most of our scholars have had some sort of hardship. They're brilliant, they're high achieving, and something happened. And so we're incredibly proud of being able to offer the environment in which they can succeed, they can get on a pathway towards college, career, trades, whatever their next step may be. And their stories are incredible, they're incredible students, and I'm incredibly proud of them.
One of the things I did want to also just mention back here is this is Journey Chalmers, and she's a recent graduate, and she also is a Tiger Club employee. So we really pride ourselves in community education and with our partnership with the ALC in having a lot of students that come back and work for us. I think the number is at like 7 or 8 right now, and they are not only are they great employees, but they're some of the employees that we retain the longest. And they, like Tiffany Little is an ALC graduate, and now she's an assistant program manager, future program manager, future community ed director. I mean, like, these are amazing folks that we have. So when Kelly talks about these stories, I mean, this is really where the impact is felt in our program. So it's really cool. And I would put them up against any employee in the district, to be honest with you. So it's really cool to see that. So I wanted to highlight it. Whoops, I'm going the wrong direction. All right, back to FCC. There's a number of things that I'll just talk quickly. One of the most exciting things, of course, is our aquatics program consortium that we started with St. Anthony and New Brighton. That is starting this summer. I've been told both pools are operational, and we will go from there. But our lessons at both sites are full. We have our aquatics program manager, Sasha Herder. Our staffing is updated and robust. I think we are up to 10 employees now, which is exactly what we wanted to accomplish with this consortium with St. Anthony New Brighton. They're a great natural partner because if a pool site were to go down, we have our schedules on separate days, so we could just send our students over instead of canceling and refunding. So that's one of the biggest wins that we have there.
Except that'll never happen.
Exactly.
They'll send their kids with their broke pool to us.
Exactly. So you're completely right. Other things, I mean, we've talked about this a little bit, but we did have some restructure and cost reductions for 23-24, which resulted in some staffing loss, but we were able to do most of that through non-staff expenditures, which I'm proud of. And then we're building back strongly. One of the things that we'll talk about with the preschool too is our rave theme this year, which is relationships, authenticity, vulnerability, engagement through play. This is something that has been embedded into all our PDs this year. We've gone off-site 3 times for our professional developments to really just build that team building exercises. We've gone to Springbrook twice, and then is it the Rydell house or? I can't remember. It's on the house on East River Road that you can rent for weddings and stuff like that. What's that house called? I can't remember. But anyways, it's been really cool to see our staff thrive. And then when staff know how to play, they pass that on to our children. So that's been a really cool thing that we've been able to do this year. Other than that, childcare is, we're building back here. Our 3-year-old full day returned this year, which is a big add back for us. We also, our numbers in school age care are looking great. We're also doing all the things that we used to do, field trips. And like I alluded to before, staff retention is at an all-time high for us. So that's been really cool. We had, over the pandemic, we were able to increase pay to honor our staff that are, it was a hard 3 years for these folks. So and this is the staff that basically was here. They're here year round, so they just never stopped working. So amongst the pandemic, that was a really hard stretch for them. But other than that, I put a little QR code in here in case anybody wants to sign up their kids for summer camps right now. Dear Aduina is the Fridley Community Theater youth production this year. It's going to be really good. They do such a great job with these shows, and I'm really excited to have that going as well. Fridley Senior Center, man, we are in full swing. This is my plug. I'll send out the link after this, school board, but if you want to come, Dr. Howe's coming on Thursday.
Bingo.
Call some bingo for our seniors. It's a great way. Mandy Meisner, our Anoka County commissioner, was there last week. It's a great way to get some face time with some seniors. We have 40 to 60 seniors show up for bingo every time, so it's fun. They will enjoy you. They will tell you if you mess up.
I've heard it's quite intense.
It's intense. You got to be on your toes. You got to be moving. And then ECFE, the biggest excitement for us here is we, of course, had our retirement of our longtime ECFE coordinator, Dr. Val Anderson. But we have Lila Mapp is our new ECFE coordinator, and she's a Fridley resident, she's a Fridley parent, and she is our ECFE coordinator, which is amazing. This is a picture of Dr. Chang, Lila, and our front office admin assistant, Katie. They all graduated this May as well. One at each level, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. So it's kind of something that we're celebrating as well. Yeah.
Neat.
And then my last thing here is we're doing the Addams Family for the adult production of theater. We're kind of catching that Wednesday wave. I don't know if you saw that show on Netflix, but we're trying to catch that. I think we'll have really good numbers this year. We're trying to make this our top-selling show of all time for community theater, so please do come out for that. And then, rentals are going well. I mean, this is graduation season. We are booked out until the end of July in our community center. So that's Saturday and Sunday. So it's going really well right now. That's the community ed side. I think we're jumping into preschool.
Thank you, Stephen. Sorry, I like to have my notes. All right. Okay. So preschool update. These are kind of one of the 5 kind of pillars of the preschool that we're doing right now. So one of the things that we want to always showcase and highlight is what we do, and IB is critical to that. So if you drove down 7th, you've seen our sign. That was an addition this year that came up. So all schools now are represented. One of the new things exciting for next year is our pyramid model. So as a district, that coherence of really birth to 12, kind of that pyramid model, but then at all the way through. Seesaw is our communication. It was new this year for us. I think we used it in the past, and it's been a great tool for us to communicate to our families, send pictures, and just really be that back and forth with our families, that connection. This year with IB, really working on our scope and sequence, wanted to be consistent in our practices and really break down some of those silos that existed maybe in the past, and really try to create a lot of collaboration among staff. And then one of the things that we're looking forward to is just continuing to build on that collaboration with childcare through the pyramid model and other things. 2 other additions that aren't on these slides that I'd like to highlight is we did start serving food this year, both breakfast and lunch. And that was something that started in February. We actually made it part of our day pretty seamlessly. A lot of work went into that in the background to make that happen, so our families and our students were able to, but if that was their choice, to have breakfast and lunch this year, and we're going to continue that.
Do a lot of people participate?
Yes, they do. Yep, and it was something that at the beginning of the year we surveyed the families to say, with food scarcity and rising costs, that is this something that would benefit you as a family? And most families said that it would, and so we just did the legwork and figured out how we're going to make this happen, and we were able to get it off the ground in February. And then the last thing, and I'll kind of end with it. When people ask, how do you measure success at the preschool? It's not how the students did on TS Gold assessments or other measures of kindergarten readiness. It's do they love school? And if they walk out of the door on the last day of school loving school, we've really accomplished our goals. And that will transcend, the academics will come, and the academics will be a part of that. But we want them to have a smile on their face when they leave. And so that's really our goal at the preschool. All right, so we have a video. This is our 100 days video. It's about a minute and a half long. How do I? What do I do? Which one? Down.
100 days, 100 days, 100 days of school today. So clap and sway and say hooray. Hooray! 100 days of school today. Let's count. Come on, everybody. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 days. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 days. 100 days, 100 days, 100 days of school today. So clap and sway and say hooray. Hooray! Say cool. Cool. Say awesome. Awesome. Say all right. All right. 100 days of school today.
All right, and for the rest of the slides, it's basically pictures of different events. So one of the things that we were able to do this year that was a little bit different is we had our teachers, our teaching staff at all of our family nights, and that's something that we're going to continue. And I think just having their presence means so much to our students and families. So we had an IB night in the fall. This is a STEM night that we just had. One of the things is our community partnership. There's the Fridley Fire Department. They come on site and they show all the things, and students get pretty excited. Although typically it's pretty cold on the days that they come. The last 2 years have been pretty cold, unseasonably. And then just more pictures. One of the other really neat things is we continue to build partnerships with our neighboring schools. So we've had high school students come down, both different classes. We have a leadership class that comes down. And then we have a class of other students that come down and they just read to the students. And it's amazing to see high school students and preschoolers for 45 minutes just completely engaged, and they read a book and they come back to get another one and another one and another. It's probably the most fun I've ever had as an educator, just watching that and seeing the joy on both of their faces. So that's something, again, that was new this year that we'll continue to do and foster. And then this is what Stephen was talking about with some of that staff development offsite. So this was our staff doing activity at Springbrook. All right, thank you. Do you have any questions?
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.
If there's no questions or comments, then the next item on the agenda is a resolution for accepting gifts. Whereas the school board policy 706 establishes guidelines for the acceptance of gifts to the district, and whereas Minnesota statute 465.03 states the school board may accept a gift, grant, or device of real or personal property only by the adoption of a resolution approved by 2/3 of its members. Therefore, be it resolved, the school board of Fridley Public Schools accepts with appreciation the following gift received by the school district. And this is a gift donated to the Stevenson Elementary School by the Friends of Fridley Education Foundation for $1,000. So thank you very much to the Friends of Fridley Foundation. Is there a motion to accept this gift?
So moved.
There's a motion.
Second.
And there's a second to accept the gifts and thank the donors. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. And that has been approved. And now we will move on to the second readings and adoption of policies with Dr. Heil, please.
Thank you, Chair Meisner and the board. This evening, I would like to share with you the second reading of policy 806, which is our crisis management policy. There's been no changes since the first reading, where we removed examples of circumstances of drills and updated where parents can find information on school closings.
Any discussion or questions?
Motion to accept.
We have a motion to accept the second reading
Second.
and a second to approve the reading and adopt policy 806. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. That passes unanimously. The next item is the consent agenda. To approve the consent agenda, including the minutes of the work session and business meeting held on April 18th, 2023, and the special meetings held on May 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 8th, 9th, and 10th of 2023. That was for the superintendent work. The monthly financial reports, the new contracts, amendments, leaves of absence, resignations, retirements, and terminations, the new meal prices for 2023-24, the agreement to provide special education related staffing by the Northeast Metro 916 District, the Fridley Preschool Joint Powers Agreement with Metro ECSU for pyramid model training, and the Adult Basic Education Joint Lease for 2023 to 2025. Is there a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Motion moved.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor of the consent agenda say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. And that passes unanimously. The final item on the agenda is a review of important future school board dates. And I'd like to draw particular attention to the first one. There is, let me think for 1 second. Was there going to be a discussion about the board, Lori and Dr. Heil, is there any discussion about the board opening? Or just go? Well, then I'll just do a little ad lib here. So you'll notice the first item on the future school board dates is the applications accepted for a school board vacancy. We were reluctantly informed that Director Prueto, due to her extensive outside commitments, needs to resign from the board and will be doing so effective the end of this month.
June.
Or I'm sorry, the end of June. That's what I meant to say. And I'm sure we will say it many times between now and then, but thank you so much for all your service and what you've done for the board.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So due to her resignation, we will have an opening on the board, and the board has decided to open up the window to appoint a board member to fill the remainder of Director Prueto's term, which would be for the remainder of this calendar year, essentially. So, if I recall correctly, right? That would, so it would be for about 6 months. And that application process can begin now. We will be notifying in school communications and in the local announcement paper, and applications can be submitted anytime. I believe you'll be able to find it on the website by tomorrow. And the deadline for applying is June 2nd, 2023. Applications can be submitted to the Fridley High School office, I believe. So please spread the word and reach out to the community for people who would like to serve their community and serve the education of our children. The second item on the school board date calendar is the Fridley Middle School 5th grade orientation night. That is May 17th at 4:30 at the middle school. We have the Scholastic Achievement Program. That is May 18th, 7 p.m. at the district auditorium, where we'll be reviewing many of the awards for our high school seniors. The Stevenson Elementary Carnival is May 19th at 5 p.m. at Stevenson. The Fridley High School Band Pops Concert is May 23rd at 7 p.m. in the district auditorium. We have the ALC graduation ceremony. That is May 25th at 5:15 p.m. here in the Fridley Community Center. The Fridley High School Choir Pops Concert is May 25th at 7 p.m. in the district auditorium. There is no school for Memorial Day, and the district offices will be closed on May 29th, 2023. The big day, commencement day, Fridley High School commencement ceremony, June 1st, 7 p.m. at the football stadium. After that, a little bit more routine, we have a school board work session on June 6th at 5:30. We have the last day of school, June 8th, and our next business school board meeting is June 20th, with a work session starting at 5:30, the open forum to address the board at 7, and this business meeting at 7:30, as usual, here in the Fridley Community Center.
Excuse me, Chair Meisner, do you
Yes.
mind if I make
Please.
an announcement? It wasn't written down, but I did want to take time to acknowledge the Lions Club. The Lions Club just donated a beautiful scoreboard sign at our baseball field, so I just want to make sure if anyone watching it sees that. It is stunning, and the Lions Club helps us with so many things, so I just want to acknowledge their partnership with Fridley Public Schools.
Thank you so much for bringing that out, because it is very true, and I will offer on behalf of the board our gratitude very much to the Lions Club for all they do for our district. Thank you for pointing that out. Any other comments or conversations or dates that we need to know? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
There is a motion to adjourn
Second.
and a second. All those in favor of adjourning say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. And the meeting is concluded at 7:56 p.m. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Speedy.
Mike is at home. He's